tonight to share with you about the mansions in heaven. God has caught me up many years and showed me tours of heaven, showed me many of the places he designed specifically for each individual when you come home there to live with him. I know that everyone probably thinks that they all look the same, or maybe heaven itself is just a place that's going to be different for everyone who goes there. But it's a literal place where you live an amazing life in your spiritual body. You're not a little spiritual being that will float through the walls of your mansion. God made you. On the inside of you is a spirit. But when you die, out of this body steps a spiritual body that looks just like you, but perfect in every way. And if he gives you a mansion, that means you're going to live there. He doesn't give you furniture or furnishing so you float through the walls. Many people seem to think that, but that's not true. If he gave you a mansion, that means you have property. And I've seen some of those mansions, and so now I'm going to describe what some of those look like. I think one of the most amazing mansions he showed me was the sky mansions. And a lot of people love this when I tell this story. There's columns that run 80 to 100 feet high up into the skies of heaven. And on the top of them are these beautiful mansions. Most of them are round in detail. They're clear. You can see all the way through them. They may be anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 square feet. You step into the bottom of that column and you just say the floor you want to go to, and you're right there. It takes you right to that floor. All around the outside of your mansion is like a huge deck, also a landing pad where you would step out and there'd be your little star cruiser. The way I like to best describe them is there was an old cartoon show called The Jetsons, and I tell people, go check them out online if you have never seen them. They're very similar to that, and actually a lot of the ideas that we see happening down here or created down here on earth, those things came from heaven. And so these amazing sky mansions, you can step out on your deck and see all over heaven for miles away. Colors, streaks of color go through the skies of the mansion all the time, skies of heaven. It's like you get your own personal light show. Another mansion I saw was actually built under the crystal sea. They call them aqua mansions. People who love to be near the dolphins or the whales, they probably would love to live in a place like that. You actually have portals that you pass through and swim in the crystal sea and get to actually swim with the whales and the dolphins. It's fantastic. I've seen some mansions perched on the sides of cliffs 200 feet high in the skies of heaven with beautiful waterfalls cascading around them. Each mansion looks like a huge gemstone. And if you want to go to the back of your mansion, as you're walking, your whole mansion will turn and rotate as you walk. So whatever room you stop in, you still have that view of the falls. So there's many fantastic places to live in heaven. I told one person that I saw one that was built on the top of these 12 massive trees. It looked like the most futuristic tree house you could imagine. It didn't even have a roof on it, and the birds would fly in and sing to the people who lived there. The tree branches grew right through the walls, and flowers would sing to the people in their home. They're fantastic places in heaven, and the reason they're not all the same is you're not the same. Everyone is an individual person. You all have your own likes and dislikes, your favorite colors and style. And I promise you, the reason you can't take anything with you is because it would be worthless compared to what God has for you in heaven. Your family and friends will live right near you. They'll visit you and stay with you for a while. Then you go visit other people. You fellowship all over heaven besides going to the throne room. Even the disciples will come and visit you in your mansion. And on your mansion's grounds are things that you always wanted to do but never could. For instance, if you always wanted to have a horse, I'm sure you have 100. You probably have a ranch with an amazing mansion on it and everything you need for people to come and ride those horses. God provides that for you, but you'll never have to clean them, feed them, worry about them getting sick. None of that happens in heaven. And their greatest desire will be to ride your family and friends all the time. And some of them actually will even fly. And I know you think this sounds fantastic, but you know what? We serve a supernatural God, and heaven is not a natural place. It is a supernatural place. So I hope you've enjoyed this discussion. If you want to know more, you can read my book, Revealing Heaven, or visit my website.